board is gummed up. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, the board is, geez, very gummed up. Okay, so there are a ton of elemental tokens here from a Young Pyromancer, and you just see Young Pyromancer in play. Tarmogoyf sitting at a 4/5, and on Malatesta's side, he's got 2 copies of Elvish Visionary, a Wirewood Symbiote, 2 Nettle Sentinels. It looks like a Quirion Ranger or 2, Dryad Arbor, and a Deathrite Shaman. So interesting.
And Malatesta getting his grind on here with Visionary Symbiote.
I've seen this dance before. It's a pretty good one. There is a Heritage Druid. And there's 2 Quirion Rangers down there. 3 green mana here. Time for an Elvish Visionary there. 1 green mana floating. And of course the Nettle Sentinel is 1 tap because the green spell was cast. Glimpse is the draw. Interesting. See how that changes things. I guess my question here, if you're Joe Mateo, is, well, how do I get through this crap?
Not clear that he can.
Yeah.
I mean, Delver of Secrets and burning him out. But the ground seems pretty well locked up at this stage.
This is a Glimpse. So down to 3 green mana. Untap these, of course, because a green spell was cast. Wirewood is going to get used now for the first time this turn. And the only. So here's 3 more green mana. So up to 6, down to 4. Visionary, peel 2.
Although I believe the rest of Nicholas's hand right now is just lands.
It is lands. Hit 1 and 2. Well, it just got a little bit better. He's got a Deathrite Shaman and a Craterhoof Behemoth. He might be able to work his way towards actually casting Craterhoof Behemoth this turn. We'll see. Not sure that Joe Mateo actually has any cards in his hand, so. Looks like 3 mana up to 7. Down to 6. Hit 1 card. Up to 9. Back down to 6. Draw a card, Reclamation Sage.
So all the 3-mana elves are net neutral and everything else is net plus.
Oh, look, a Cradle. That's pretty neat.
Okay.
How about 100 mana? Looks like you might be having a judge intervene here. Not entirely sure. But fairly sure he has not played a land yet this turn. I think that might be what the judge is stepping in about. From when we cut into the match, I believe he started the turn with 4 mana.
Yeah.
So don't think he's done anything wrong here, but we will see here in just a moment. Yep, there's a Cradle, so we're good to go. Cradle's going to tap for a bunch of mana, of course. Yeah, he's got to actually move creatures around to see how much mana it's going to make. He's already got 6 mana floating, so here's a Craterhoof Behemoth. There's a Glimpse trigger, too. Looks like that's going to resolve, so everybody's really, really large. Looks like he may have missed his Glimpse trigger with his excitement of this. But everybody's coming in for an unreasonable amount of damage.
Oh, and I'll draw a card, too.
Yeah, sure. If you don't mind. I don't mind. And they trample, too, and that's pretty neat.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 144 plus 5 is 100 and okay. Yes.
I guess that will do it then.
Carry the 1.
Nicholas Malatesta does win game number 2. It means we're headed to a third one here as Joe Mateo very quickly reaches for his sideboard. I suppose we'll take a look at the 3 Flusterstorms with 3 Crows and Grips, 2 Pyroblast, 4 Red Blast, 3 Surgical Extractions, 2 G-Tays, and 1 Vendilion Click. What you don't find here, oddly enough, that you typically find in these Team Delver sideboards is Rough and Tumble, nowhere to be found.
This is another concession to Treasure Cruise. John Mateo's creature base a little bit different this time. He's playing with Young Pyromancer and Tarmogoyf on top of Delver of Secrets because can't really play Nimble Mongoose once Treasure Cruise is in the deck. Normally, Nimble Mongoose plus Tarmogoyf is enough of a base to play Rough Tumble.
Yeah.
But now the creature base is just Tarmogoyf. It's the only thing that can survive it. So Rough Tumble needs to go out of the deck. He's added 2 copies of Fork Bolt to his main deck as a concession of losing a Pyroclasm in the sideboard. But it does cost him in the Elves matchup. I really think there's only substantial sideboard card here. The 2 copies of Umuzawa's Jitte. I think the 1 Vendilion Click is also fine.
On the other side here for Malatesta, you see the 1s and the 2s there along with the 4 copies of Goel Therapy. Abrupt Decay seems all right in this matchup. You know, an Abrupt Decay typically from Elves is something to kill something that gets in the way of the combo. I think it's not really there to kill Tarmogoyf's Young Pyromancer, so probably not all that interested in that, even though I think a card like Scavenging Ooze is pretty interesting here because the games will go longer.
Yeah, and it is, again, a Treasure Cruise matchup, so attacking the
Yeah.
graveyard in general sense is nice.
Maybe an additional National Order, not sure. We'll see. You saw Malatesta still have Reclamation Sage in his deck. Not sure if he brought in the other one. He has one in his main, one in his side. He does have to be wary of Umezawa Shite because that can run away with a game, so.
I think Nicholas can play this pretty straight up. I mean, the 2 Abrupt Decays I like as a way of breaking Umezawa's Chite, plus the creatures as well. But there's no real cheats going on in Joan's deck here. 0 copies of Grim Lavamancer, 0 copies of Rough Tumble. There's no big ways of trying to sidestep the Elves matchup. He's playing it pretty straight up, which means I think that Nicholas doesn't need to change too much in his sideboard. There's no huge hate card he needs to warp himself around here. Just has to be able to beat Umezawa's Chite. 2 Abrupt Decays do that just fine, on top of being good even in the games where Joan does not draw Umezawa's Chite.
Yeah. So nothing too crazy here. Wouldn't be too surprised to see very, very many changes. We've already got one player into the finals. That'll be Ben Glancer, number 1 overall seed. Has not lost a match yet with Esper Deathblade. A much different take on it, though. So if you guys haven't seen the deck list yet, be sure to head over to our coverage page. You'll find that there are treasure cruises hiding out over there and a bunch of different stuff that you wouldn't expect from Esper Deathblade. I actually kind of like it.
And we may have a Treasure Cruise Finals on our hands.
Would not surprise me. I think the first of many. The card is the real deal. Joan Mateo taking a look at his hand now. We'll see if he likes what he sees.
And I think people are going to be slower to adapt to it, too, to fight against it, than they were against True Name Nemesis. Because when True Name Nemesis is beating you, it's really easy to say, that card right there is killing me.
Yeah.
I got to find some -1/- effects or Diabolic Edict effects or something. I think that people often don't say, I lost to Treasure Cruise, even though that is what happened.
Yeah, that card is what beat me. Those 3 cards, I need a way to actually overcome this.
We were trading 1-for-1 for a while, and then he played Treasure Cruise, and I lost.
Yeah.
It's harder to identify that's what happened than when True Name Nemesis has a Batter Skull on it, and you say, I lost to the 7-4 lifelink vigilance protection from everything thing. That's what killed me.
Yeah.
It attacked me 3 times, and I died.
Lame. It's a tough way to go out.
Someone's got to lose. I shed no tears.
6 cards here for Joan Mateo. Does he find a better 6? You saw Malatesta keep his opening hand pretty quick. Let's play some Magic, shall we? Put a Delta and just pass the turn back. Nickel draw a card.
And Mateo's hand looks very creature heavy, which is not really what you want in this matchup.
That is a Nettle Sentinel, and happy to pass the turn back. Time to sacrifice that blue to Delta. We'll see what land Mateo wants to search up. Another situation here, we don't have to worry about Wasteland from the Elves deck, so we can search up any land you'd like. Volcanic Island is the choice here.
Though Mateo's lists no basics anyway, so it's
Yeah.
just...
Classic Delver. Mateo will draw. You see the Tarmogoyf from the grip. Looks like he added a copy of Flusterstorm.
Flusterstorm is very narrow against elves.
Yeah, the things that it does counter are pretty important. Counter Natural Order, and can mess up Glimpse draws.
Sure. The thing is, there's no guarantee that it even matters because elves can also generate a boatload of mana. A Flusterstorm is not saving Joan from the turn that Nicholas had last game that we saw.
Is it time for a creature? It is. Young Pyromancer. Back to Malatesta we will go. Heritage Druid the draw. You also see there's a Cradle over there too.
Again, remember, the only resistance right now that Joan has is a Daze. And it appears we are working towards a state where Daze does not do very much.
Starting to feel that way, right?
I mean, this might get dazed for no other reason than what else is going to even happen with this daze.
Yeah, I'm also kind of scared of what you can do.
Yeah.
You know, if I leave the Cradle over here and you have 2 mana, it's kind of scary what you can do. So now the Cradle's only going to tap for 1 green because Nettle Sentinel was in play. So Heritage Druid's going to resolve. And That's pretty much it for Malatesta's turn. He's not going to attack. So, not the best. I mean, it's not the sexiest days, but it gets the job done because now he has a Wasteland to kill the Cradle.
The Wasteland's a huge draw.
Yeah.
Before that Wasteland, the last turn was Joan just plugging his finger into the dam. But now he may be able to keep Nicholas off of mana in a real way.
Deathrite Shaman. See if this is going to resolve. It does. Here's 3 green mana. Things get a little scary now. You see Malatesta actually has a copy of Greater Behemoth in his hand. So it might not be this turn. So here's a Elvish Visionary. He'll be down to 1 green mana and does get to draw a card. Don't forget, hasn't played a land yet this turn. And Heritage Druid with the last mana. 3 more.
Keep in mind, deck list public, so he has to show no respect to Joan's ability to sweep up this board because Nicholas knows he can't.
Yep, Elvish Visionary. Yet again, draw a card. Another Visionary. Now there's Wirewoods, no green floating. But give him a second, he can make some more green. Pick this up, untap this. 3 green. Visionary. 1 green left. Untap Nettle Sentinel because a green spell's been cast. Draw a card. Queern Ranger. Play that. No green floating. Tap for 3 green. Play an Elvish Visionary. Untap this.
There isn't even a glimpse involved in
No,
all this.
no,
This is just happening au natural.
Draw a card. Drew a glimpse.
All right, we'll get to that next turn. Next turn, we'll get to that.
Oh, that's just my 3rd turn. No Cradle, no nothing. Just, playing a little magic here. He's already used Wirewood.
Oh, Young Pyromancer. That's pretty good at generating creatures.
Don't forget, he hasn't used Queern Ranger yet. Return a forest, untap a creature. So you could do a little bit more with that if you'd like. Just your classic mediocre Elves turn. No big deal. Green deck shouldn't be able to do this, I don't think.
It's Legacy. Who
cares?
No rules apply.
Yeah. Pick up this forest. Untap this Deathrite Shaman.
The point is, we both get to do this to each other. That's the joy.
That's true. That's true.
All right. You may now play a land and cast Tarmogoyf.
When you know your opponent doesn't have Rough Tumble, do whatever you want.
Yep. The joy of the format, asymmetrical warfare.
Does it say Tarmogoyf or was that Ushite? Either one, too slow.
Yep.
Yep, there's Tarmogoyf. There's the attempt at a roadblock.
It's a 2/3. That's pretty big for 2 mana.
Yeah. Normally they make you pay green for that.
Right, that's Elvish Warrior territory right there.
Gonna pick up the Visionary in a turn, untap all these elves. Look at that, boom. All right, Nick. Can you do better than you did last turn? Let's see what the draw is. Another Visionary. Green mana, glimpse. Okay, the answer's probably yes. Okay. That's good.
Yup.
It's showtime, folks. 3 green. Down to 1, peel 2.
I think Better Operations might have been leading with the glimpse off of mana creatures. So you gotta untap get 1 extra untap.
Sure.
But I have a feeling that mana is not gonna be a bottleneck on this turn.
I am inclined to agree with you.
We'll find out.
As we're up to 4, down to 2, peel 2. Untap the Nettle Sentinel. Hit 1. Wooded Foothills, hit 2. Natural Order. That's pretty neat.
That's got to be a kill, right?
Yeah, there's the fear of a card like Forcible at this point. So I think that he just wants to be a little bit cautious.
Yeah, there's no reason to rush things.
Yeah.
But
Gonna play an Ooze, draw a card, no mana floating. A card like Cradle just makes it super easy.
yeah,
I don't know if he needs Cradle to win, but it makes it super easy.
might as well draw 25 cards and see if there's a cradle there. And then
Yeah, sure. Deathwatch Shaman's going to remove that. Nettle Sentinel's going to come into play, draw a card. Now you can start generating a laughable amount of mana.
and there's a second copy of Natural Order, so now even if 1/4 of will is not going to be resistance.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier. Just going to pick this up. So Wire was been used for the turn. This is 3. Down to 1. Untap these. Peel. Peel. Don't forget, hasn't played land yet this turn. He's trying to save that for Cradle. So, has the ability to just cast Natural Order at this point if he wants. Again, he has one Crater Roof in his hand. I think that's why he's checking his sideboard now. I think he wants to see, did I board my other Crater Roof out? Because if I did, that's a touch awkward.
Yeah.
4 green. Will he be casting Natural Order right now? He will. He's going to sacrifice Nether's Visionary to do that. That'll untap the Nettle Sentinels. Malatesta says, okay.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times 11, I believe, is 122.
Pretty good math there.
Plus Crater Hoof is 5, that's 127.
It is.
Plus there's other creatures in play.
Oh, hold on a second. He's giving a second look through the deck. Uh-oh. Hoof, there it is. Hiya. I'd like to trigger this, trigger the handshake. Nicholas Malatesta is going to win this match over Joan Mateo. 2-1. Elves to the finals.
121, not 122.
Oh, that's okay. I apologize. You don't have to apologize to me. It's fine.
Hopefully the 1 point didn't matter as he ran over Joan for 147 points of damage.